Good day, folks. It's Tourism Tim Warren here with a very, very important episode of Tourism Marketing TV. We're going to be looking today at the foundation of your business dream and the actions and the energies that go into helping people realize their dreams. And today I have on my good friend, a person who is highly skilled at helping people realize their goals and their dreams. Good day, Terry. Terry McBride.
It's good to be with you.
It's good to be with you. You know, people, you and I have known each other for 20 years, and I know what kind of amazing results you've had people do in transforming their lives and their business. Maybe you can give people a quick snapshot of your background and so they can understand where you're coming from.
When I was in my early 20s, 22, I had a spinal fusion. It got infected with the E. coli bacteria, which is a really bad bug. And back then, this is 40-some years ago, the only way to get it out was cut it out. Anyway, over the next 11 years, I had 27 major surgeries. They both, I had a colostomy for a while. And about a third of the way into it, the doctor started saying what you have is not curable. And so I started looking for alternatives. I had grown up in a positive environment, the hold fast to your dreams, believe in your goals. But I didn't really know anybody who applied that stuff. And so when I was sick, I began to study the idea of taking charge of my mind, taking charge of my attitude, taking charge of my beliefs, taking charge of my actions. And it wasn't so I could get well, because in the beginning the odds were 1,000,000 to 1, they said. It would take a miracle. So I started using these tools of choice we're going to talk about just to have my day-to-day life be better. I used the tools of choice so I wouldn't cry myself to sleep. I used the tools of choice so I wouldn't be so angry. And as I continued to use them, what I got to find out was, wow, if I use these concepts, I can make a difference in the quality of my life. And as I continued, I found, wow, as I continued to understand how they work, wow, if I use these tools, I can make a big difference. And ultimately, what I found out was if I use these tools, I can make the difference in my life. And then while all this was going on, I graduated from college, was a certified public accountant. And what I did was help businesses achieve their goals. And what I found was these ideas of choice are the same, whether you're talking about your personal goals, your family life, being a good parent. They're the same concepts that you can use in your business to make your business succeed. And so what I've been doing for the last 35 years is teaching individuals and organizations how to achieve their goals, how to get what they want.
Awesome.
So the snapshot, that's what I do.
Awesome. Well, you can see, folks, why I wanted Terry on here. So, Terry, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of those tools of choice and helping and how businesses, you have found businesses can use them best to move past obstacles and pursue their dreams?
One of the things, especially today, there's so much negative going on about the business environment, what's going on. I mean, the negatives in government. We're surrounded with it. And that was me. When I was in the hospital, I was engulfed with disease, surrounded by things that didn't work. And so the first step for me was to shift my focus. Instead of always focusing on disease, instead of focusing on the bad economy, instead of focusing on, oh, ain't it awful, that I could focus on something else. And as I began to do that, I began to see that this idea of focus, or what sometimes we call goals or our desires, that when I focus on what I want, I move that energy that I have been sending out there about, ain't it awful, I start to move that energy in a different direction. And so that, for me, the first step is getting focused. What do you want to have in the business world? What do you want to accomplish? How do you want you and your employees to interact? How do you want to relate to your clients? So you begin to look to what you want and move to what you want instead of always handling problems and obstacles and challenges. And that's when we talked earlier before we started doing this about joy. Mm-hmm. What allows one to be in joy is when they start to go, I'm moving towards what I want. I may have a ways to go yet, but I'm moving towards what I want. I got it written down on paper. And then you move into what we talked about, the plan of action. So, and I'm doing stuff every day to support me in this vision. And so you start to weave these tools of choice together. You and I both, I know I'm just rambling on, we've coached people about how to be successful for a long time. And I used to do individual counseling. And what I found was what people really needed was a system. Because we get in the habit of waking up, this is how we do our life. When a person gets involved in a system that allows them to use choice of destination, your focus, choice of action, what you're doing every day, choice of mental environment. What are you thinking about this vision that you have? What are you thinking about what you're supposed to be doing today? And then we can use our imagination, which is sometimes called visualization, to daydream about this vision I have, to daydream about following through. When you weave these tools of choice together, you find that you can make a difference, and what comes out of that is the joy in the game itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've often said, people have, know me, have making this statement of that the business that we're in as tourism professionals around the world, whether you're a tour operator, you're managing a destination, you're a travel agent, we're in a quality of life business. And so when we do our job well, we not only are finding joy in what we do, but we're helping people on that path. And I think it's a good reminder for people that's the direction we want to go. So I really like what you said about focus and action and attitude. Before we did this, we talked a little bit about my brother, and you said, you know, I thought that was a good analogy, and maybe we just talk about that as a story a little bit on how we had focus and action and attitude to move into the unknown, into frankly some pretty scary stuff when we got going. And you know my brother, and you've actually been to his property down there.
I know. In fact, that trip we went with like 6 guys was one of the first trips down there.
Yeah.
And that's when you were also moving into tourism and marketing, how to assist your brother to make this successful. And but what I remember was the vision that you two had. It wasn't working yet, but you had this vision and you had ideas, and they weren't just in your mind. You had them written out. You had a plan of action. And how the two of you together continue to use these tools. And now, I mean, his company is tremendously successful. And what he did was not just hold the vision, but he followed through. I remember when you had this was years ago, when you had some raw videos of people who had been on the trip. And it wasn't, I don't think it was on the internet yet. So you just showed me those. And by watching these videos of people who had been there, I went, oh, I want to go there. And that's how that moved into planning that trip. Yeah. Those are the tools we're talking about. Not just, you didn't just hold the vision and then hope everything would work. You sat down and laid out a plan of action. And it didn't always work. Oh, we tried this. Well, that didn't work, right? What are we going to do next? Right. But as you continued to discipline yourself, if you will, to use the concept of choice and not get overwhelmed by all the people that are saying it isn't going to work. Step by step by step, you created this incredible place called La Unica that is, I mean, if you go a trip there, it's life transforming. Yeah. And what you said about the business you're in being life transforming is so true. See, we assist people to have the quality of life. Now, it may only be that 1 week vacation or a few days or 2 weeks, but what you can sell for your tourism people is what you can sell is the benefits. In sales, we call it selling the sizzle. And what I love about you, because you've helped me in my website, you've helped me develop a website that sells the sizzle of using the tools as I laid out. When I watch when you were trying to get me to do videos and come into the 21st century, you know, with my website and my fan page and things like that, and you'd send me videos that I could watch, and it was like, oh, if I just do this a step at a time, I can move into this technological advantage that we have now to get our message to the world, to show them that, hey, look, you come to my place, this is what it'll be like. This is what you get to experience. And those videos that you have of some of your clients talking to the people who came to their destination. But it's weaving these tools together so that people, your clients, they have this vision. But what are you doing every day to allow people to see what you offer? And what I love about what you have given me with the technology that's available, how to increase my website standing. I had a guy come to a workshop last week. He said, I saw you 40 years ago. I got on and I got to thinking, I need to go back and see Terry. He said, I Googled your name. I think he said Google, whatever. But I Googled your name, and you came up #1. And out of that, I got to find out where you were speaking and come see here. You were the one that assisted me, so when people type in my name, I come up #1. And he may have, this guy was really adamant about being, so he may have searched, but you assisted me to have my name come up #1 if somebody clicks in Terry McBride. That's the kind of advice and technology you give to people. You gave it to me. You gave it to my website. You would walk through it with me and say, that's a nice page. But what do you want to accomplish with that page? And you assisted me to go, and redesign it. And so what I love about what you do is similar to what I do. We assist people a step at a time to take this idea of focus, action, your thoughts, your mental environment, what are you thinking about, and this idea of using your imagination. You integrate those together in a specific way to improve your website, to improve changing people you're just talking to, acquaintances, into friends, and then out of that they begin to trust me, if you will, from the information you helped me. And it moves from friends into prospects and then clients. It's this, but it's not you just start from here and sell. You move them to this thing that people begin to experience what you have. That's what you gave me about using these tools to improve my website, to get my message out there. And so that's what I love about you, is that it's not just theory. You've got, all right, step by step, this is what you can do. And I can't thank you enough for assisting me through those steps. And when I would get overwhelmed and go, I don't know how to do, all I had to do was email you, and you'd go back and say, just breathe, and here's the next step. And that's what I love about the message that you bring. You give people hope. You give people the ability, because of what they're doing every day, to begin to believe in their dreams. And it's so needed today. Because like I said when we started, it's a scary time for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people in tourism around the world feel disconnected. They don't feel as if they have the support. And part of my intention of doing these videos and bringing on wonderful people such as yourself is so people understand that they're not alone. We have a shared passion and dream, and we're here to support you. And I'm a constant student as I'm a teacher. I mean, folks, right before we did this call, I had some technology issues with the Skype recording. I had no idea how to fix. And I tried a couple things. It wasn't working. But instead of going into fear and, oh gosh, I don't know how to fix this, and oh, this is going to screw it up, I went back to, okay, what's my focus? What's my intention? What's my attitude like? And just knowing that, hey, a solution is going to unfold. I may not know what it is, but just holding, I'm going to get this. We're going to do this interview. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to keep my attitude right. And guess what? I found a solution. I had to work the tools. I had to go try a couple different tools. I had to try a couple things, but all of a sudden it worked. It was like, yes. So, it's the same thing.
That's that idea of focus, is to begin to focus on what you do want, instead of your daily focus being on all the problems and challenges you must need to deal with. And there may be problems and challenges. My business in the last 2 years has cut like by a third, and sometimes some months it's by half. So there are challenges out there. But what you're talking about and what you teach people, what I teach people to do, is stay focused on what you want. Not a pie in the sky thing. Stay focused on what you want. and then follow through with actions. You didn't just sit there and go, oh, you did this and that didn't work, and you did this and that didn't work. But you stay focused on what you want. That's the key, is to assist people to get focused on, what do you mean? Okay, so I've got this end destination, or I've got this tour. But what are you going to do about that to begin to make that real to you? And that's what you offer people, is a system that allows them daily, what I call in my workshops, daily disciplined spiritual practices. That, you know, and it's different for various people. And what you do, what I do, is assist people to find out, what do I want to do? What is my vision? What do I think I need to do? And then start to weave those together. And oh my gosh, I'm making a difference in the results that I'm creating. And again, the principles that you teach aren't just about business. It's about how to do life. How to do life. Stay focused on what you want in your relationships. Stay focused on what you want with your children. I remember when my kids were going through teenage years, there were days it was like, oh my, what's happening? But the key was stay focused on what did. Now my daughters are these grown, magnificent women. Stay focused on what you want and move to that. And that's what you offer.
And hold that high thought that you can, even if you don't know how to do it, you can, because many others have been before you. And that's what we're doing together, is showing you examples, tools, and systems. And what I'd like to do, Terry, is, you know, this is such an awesome topic, and we could dig deeply into action, attitude, imagination, focus. And maybe at a later time we can come back and look at some more specific tools. But for today, so if people are going, wow, this is really neat, I'd like to know more about, you know, you. How would people get a hold of you? And, you know, what's your website? And so they can better understand where you're coming from and some of the tools that you offer, because they're awesome.
My website is terrymcbride.net. On there, there's links to videos that I've done on YouTube that are free. There's a whole bunch of videos. There's a link to my fan page where we do short videos and then follow through. What it offers, what my website offers, is people come and they feel part of a community. One of the things I love about how you do it, because many of these tour operators are alone. They're not part of a huge organization, maybe themselves, one or two staff, or maybe bigger. But what you do is allow them to feel they're part of a community. And if they have a challenge, they can go to the community. And somebody else has probably been there and done that. And so what my website does, like yours, is allow people to feel I'm not alone. There are people out there who have come this way before me, and they have advice, and they can help me move towards my goal. So I encourage your people that are watching this, get involved in yourself. Get involved in your dreams, your priorities, your aspirations, and then find a system that will assist you to start to take charge of your mind so you move to create that in your life.
Awesome, awesome, awesome words and advice, and it's so wonderful to have you as part of my community, as a friend, a mentor, a business associate, and to walk this path together, and knowing that, you know, what we're doing here is there's people all over the world to be watching this. So Terry, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And folks, I'm going to have in the show notes on Travel Business Success links to Terry's site, and his bio is there too. I definitely encourage you to check out his videos, and know that you're not alone. You know, there's people like Terry and myself who are committed to helping you realize your dreams and giving you the tools and the systems and the community support to do just that. So this is Tourism Tim. Terry, thank you, sir. Until our next time.
And thank you so much for allowing me to have the technology to be able to do this for you, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have video or wouldn't have my website like this. So thank you, sir.
Oh, you're so welcome. We're always learning together. We're always growing together. So take care, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.